Good day, my friends. My name is Tracy Repchuk, and I'm the host of Reach Millions TV, an entrepreneurial lifestyle and learning channel where I will educate and introduce you to some of the greatest powerhouses in their fields. As an entrepreneur for over 37 years, I've had the good fortune to appear in Forbes over 27 times, speak in 39 countries, appeared on NBC, ABC, CBS, Fox, won awards from the Senate, the Assembly, the White House, and President Obama, written 9 #1 bestsellers, and from that journey, I reached millions with my message. So I wanted to show you and introduce you to the people that can help you to find more leads, make more sales, and reach millions with your message. You can find out more about me at tracyrepchuk.com and reachmillionsacademy.com. And today's amazing episode is called Get Your SWOT Together. And this is from the Business Strategy series. Alrighty, so SWOT analysis. If you have never done this, you are going to be really excited because this is one of my favorite activities to be doing. So what is SWOT? SWOT analysis is a strategic planning and strategic management technique used to help a person or organization identify strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats related to business competition or project planning. It is sometimes called situational assessment or situational analysis. So let's take a look at this. So it's really all about the ability to facilitate a realistic, fact-based, data-driven look at the strengths and weaknesses of an organization, initiatives, or within its industry. So what are some of the benefits of doing a SWOT analysis? So it makes complex problems more manageable. It really takes into consideration external elements, which is very important, as opposed to constantly looking internally for a problem. It can be applied to almost every business question. You can leverage different data sources, and so this is really good. It has very far-reaching effects. It's not overly costly. You can sit down in most cases and do an analysis in a matter of 15 minutes. Okay, so let's uncover what a SWOT analysis is. So SWOT stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So it's taking a look at the strength of an operation, successful actions leading to sales or new clients, and really takes a look at a well-done action or step. On the weakness side, it's taking a look at people, actions, or policies. It's when something has not been successfully completed, such as an action, task, or even a result accomplished. And it's something that may have resulted in lost sales or new clients. An opportunity is the ability to take a look at new markets that are opening. It's an opportunity for expansion. Perhaps you can onboard a new partner or a big client, and it's a competitor moves or quits, and can you take a look at the situation of claiming their market share or things of that nature. And the T stands for threat. This is a threat to company statistics, status, or reputation. Maybe it's a forgotten policy that you have not been implementing. It's a lack of action. It's also a problem occurrence, which means it's happened more than once. And it can result in lost sales or bad referral, or more importantly, a really big hit on a reputation. So you can really look at your business every day and apply a SWOT analysis. We do it every single week at the very least. And one of the things you want to take a look at is when you're doing major launches or projects, you want to also apply it to that every event that I do, webinar, etc., I apply this technology, and I'll show you how I do that in a minute. It really lets you track down exactly why something is occurring in the business, so that if you need to change your policy, if you need to change your actions, your responses, staffing, operations, then you have a way to track, measure, and of course, respond to that. So let's take a look at what the strengths are that you want to address. Strengths describe what an organization excels at and what separates it from the competition. A strong brand, loyal customer base, strong balance sheets, unique technology, things of these nature. Example of a strength is a hedge fund may have developed a proprietary trading strategy that returns market-beating results, right? These are like formulas that a lot of people are coming up with. In that case, it will take that strength and decide how do they use those results to attract new investors, if that was one of their goals. Now, weaknesses. So if you take a look at something that stops an organization from performing at its optimum level, there are areas where the business needs to improve to remain competitive. A weak brand, higher than average turnover, high levels of debt, an inadequate supply chain, a lack of capital, anything regarding something that will affect the overall operation and performance of a business. And then you need to address those. They're not just identified. Once you address a weakness, you really need to take action to improve it. The third piece of this is opportunities. So this refers to a favorable external factor that could give an organization a competitive advantage. Examples include, like, if a country cuts the tariff, a car manufacturer can export its cars into a new market, increasing sales and market share. From smaller things, it could mean that something changed within the relationship of someone, and of course, you might be able to take a look at them becoming a strategic partner. And the biggest area, and one that needs the most rapid attention, is threats. So they refer to factors that have the potential to harm your company. For example, a drought is a threat to a wheat producing company, as it could destroy or reduce the crop yields. A threat that is something within our industry is your website could go down, which means zero sales can occur. Other threats include rising costs for materials, increasing competition, tight labor supply. We're very much going through that right now. So this is how you organize it. So strengths and weaknesses are things that you address internally. Opportunity is something that you can take advantage of externally. But the biggest one here is threats, because often you'll be asking the question, what is the difference between a weakness and a threat? The difference is a weakness is something that you saw. So, something that occurred within the company. A threat is something that your competitors, your customers, anybody that is a possible buyer, anything of those nature, which means externally people saw or could have seen this issue that occurred. And so what you'll do is you come in here. So let's say that you just ran an event, and your strengths were you had great turnout, the audience was very active, your presentation was fantastic. Okay. Weaknesses could be you had a low turnout ratio, which means those that were on the call as a strength were highly engaged. But as a weakness, you needed more people on the call. So that is something that you would take a look at. on how do you ensure that people show up, right? Because there is industry standards, and you always want to be either at least matching or, more importantly, excelling on those. An opportunity example would be, let's say on the call, somebody asked a question, you realized that they may be a good joint venture partner for the next time that you do this. And then a threat, examples of threats would be the site that's supposed to take your sales at the end of that call is down. A link is broken, causing people to go somewhere, and then when they click, maybe that link broke. And so all of these things start to decrease the know, like, and trust of you, and therefore your company and your offer. So there are things that could affect the sale or whatever your goal or objective was of an activity. So big questions to ask. On the strengths are, how could you take advantage of it? When you discover a strength, you want to put it in more and more into all of the things that you do. An example of a weakness is, how would you reduce them? And so that's what you're going to address. An opportunity is, how could you take advantage of that? And a threat is, how would you protect against? So these are those big questions to ask when you're going through your SWOT analysis. So let's take a look at the strengths. So some of the questions you want to be asking so that you can really elicit some strengths after each activity that you've done is, what is our competitive advantage? What resources do we have? What products are performing well? What did we do well? And what is our strongest asset? And these allow you to really come up with a strength analysis. Then you're taking a look at your weaknesses. And these questions are, where can we improve? What products are underperforming? Where are we lacking resources? What are our detractors? So an example of a detractor could be too many products or programs. And then we can take a look at the opportunities. So the questions you want to ask here are, what new technology can we use? Can we expand our operations? What new segments can we test, especially when you're dealing with emails, right? You can take a look at how do you do lots more split testing. What new relationships or strategic partnerships can we approach? And what trends are evident in the marketplace that you can take advantage of? So, for example, when, the pandemic originally hit, a trend obviously was everything had to go online. And so everyone needed to pivot. Those that did not look at this, right, kind of, stayed paralyzed and didn't jump on and continue their strength, perhaps in a manner that allowed the company to remain active. And then an opportunity is, what demographics are we not targeting? Once you've mastered a demographic, then you can start to take a look at, would this product fit here as well? And if so, let's pursue and investigate. And then the threats. What regulations are changing? What are our competitors doing? How are consumer trends changing? And this could be, especially things such as new social media platforms emerging, and, is everybody going there? And is our target market there? And have we not gone to it or adopted it? What did we do wrong that others saw, especially if you're in, a website industry or an industry where your sites are key to sales? That's an option. How many competitors exist and what is their market share? So if you have a very low market share, that's something to take a look at. And are there new regulations that potentially could harm our operations or products. One of the biggest threats that, is prominent today is the supply chain. Companies like Amazon and eBay and anyone who depends on rapid shipping, if those actual products aren't arriving to them, they can't turn around and, create that normal atmosphere that they're looking for. Amazon originally went from, delivering 4 hours to possibly 2 to 7 days. It was unheard of for them. And this was a very big threat for their productivity and, of course, for customer satisfaction. Once you've established the strength, weakness, opportunity, and threat against everything you do, you should do it weekly against your operations. How did that week go? What was great? What was not? What opportunity could you start to investigate? And was there any threats that existed? Do them for events, for webinars, for client onboarding, for your program performance, everything that you can think of. A SWOT analysis does not take a lot of time, but it produces massive clarity on what your next actions are. Once you've started to really get an understanding of this new tool, productivity tool, and performance tool within your company, then you can start to take it even further. And you can start to focus on the 3 C's. First is the company. That's where you're going to begin. Then you can take a look at the customer journey and do a SWOT analysis on that. And then you can take a look at the competition and do a SWOT analysis on them. What often emerges here is things that you see are their strengths are things that you may want to incorporate. Things that you see are as their weakness, you may want to highlight that more, as Avis did, in the, we're number 2, we try harder. They took their own weakness and really leveraged it as a marketing against the competition, which was Hertz. And of course, they dominated the marketplace. This is how you can incorporate the assessment and analysis data that you're going to get from this. And the best part is it's so super simple, but produces amazing results. Are you ready for your next step? I'm inviting you to join me in my Message to Millions mentoring program. This is about a transformation, moving you towards your purpose-driven goals, aligning your activities, helping you stay focused on strategies that accomplish 3 objectives: increase your income, increase your influence, help you build a legacy and freedom lifestyle. You can get more details at messagetomillionsmastermind.com. If you're ready to go for your next step, schedule a call with me, and I'll help you choose a program that will fit your budget and ensure you can accomplish your goals for self and business. And the main issue for every business is you can't read the label from inside the jar. And this can produce gaps that are causing you to lose prospects, time, money, and opportunity. I created a 20-question quiz called Find the Gap that reveals for your business the major issues that will cause a problem in your growth. To take that quiz and get the results exactly for your business, go to fastfixmarketing.com. I look forward to continuing to be a part of your journey to financial freedom.